Well, next, we would like to invite Mr. Krishna Kumar Kumar.
Okay, wonderful. So good morning, Malaysia. Good morning, all who are part of this wonderful event. It's a pleasure being here, and thank you for this opportunity. Exciting to be talking to all of you on this occasion of the Beyond4 Launchpad. So, well, yes, my name is Krishna Kumar. I head the Innovation Accelerator and at Pratian Technologies. And I just want to share a few things with regards to digital innovation and how my journey has been over the last couple of decades. Well, it's Infosys, the company that I started with, one of the biggest in India. You have about 250,000 people working here in that company, and it's a $93 billion company. So that's where my journey began, and huge company where lots of things were done. But then I had to make this big decision of quitting a giant, a very handsome salary, and I joined a startup of about 10 people, right? So it was, I would say, the defining moment of my career. And then I said, we'll start building products. And that's when my first foray with products actually came into play. And I was building a huge ERP solution for a German company called Guring. It was one of the most fascinating experiences, and I was just about in the early 20s, and I was talking to the CEO of such a big company. Guring had its offices in about 30 countries, and so that's one of the biggest moments, I would say, with my innovation journey that happened. So what it really taught me was German precision engineering. So what kind of precision that Germans work with. So that was a great learning experience. And it also taught about not just depth, also breadth engineering. Now, how do you see 15, 20, 30 different components? We had to automate, we had to build a lot of solutions for the business, integrate with huge machines that were coming over from Germany, huge production machines. How do we look at all of these elements and then engineer a solution? So that's where my first journey began with regards to innovation. So our systems were interacting with Singapore and Germany and Argentina, many different countries. So I'm very happy to also say that the solution is still going on. It's been 14 years. So the key there that I learned was, how do you architect a solution for the future? So typically the shelf life, as they say, so 2 years, or 4 years, or 6 years, and I'm really happy that it's been 14 years and it's still going strong. So that was the first foray with Guring, one of the companies with the German precision that taught me a lot in my career. Then I was given an opportunity to work with Microsoft. So that was another big moment, I would say, which came my way, and extremely delighted with that. I'm sure all of you would have heard of IPL, something which is a big industry, a big sport called cricket in India, which is equivalent to the English Premier League in the UK, in England, and maybe the Major League Soccer or the NFL, the Super Bowl in US. So that's as big as this. Now, just to quantify that, you have 1 billion people watching IPL. So that's the scale of Indian Premier League. And well, I got an opportunity to work with a lot of these teams, naming Royal Challengers Bangalore, Mumbai Indians, so one of the champions, they've been doing very well, the Delhi Daredevils. So I had this opportunity to work with all of these companies and build their entire portals and the CRM systems, integrations, solutions. Now, this was a different challenge of its own. So the first foray was a B2B environment where I had to look at businesses from across the globe, see what business users wanted, and then design solutions. Now here it's consumers, it's a world at large, it's public who are actually viewing what we are doing. So there's a different challenge to meet, and this experience taught me how to think about user experience. How do you design solutions for people maybe from 10, 12 years old to about 50, 60 years old, a very diverse audience? somebody who likes a specific theme. That's a kind of wide array of user interests and journeys we had to keep in mind. And that's when we built all these portals and huge systems with Microsoft. So that was again a brilliant journey, something that I cherish a lot, working with Microsoft and building all of these things with the IPL that was there. So that was the first decade, and from there I joined Pratian, and that's when we came together. And I started this also with Subbu, who just spoke to me before. That's our office in Whitefield, India, the IT hub. So it's been a decade with Pratian, and I've been working with various clients, right from your Amadeus to your Siemens, to your Eurofins, Microsoft, Philips, right, so on and so forth. Lots of organizations. Now, this was a different challenge. This was a different experience. Now, what was the challenge in front of us? Well, we had clients who said they want to hire young, fresh talent out of college and innovate, build solutions, build products. Can we break the barriers and have these young minds delivering the solutions that the businesses wanted? So here I was coming from a background of working with all these biggies, building large solutions, corporations, and now working with young talent and young people trying to make a difference in the organizations with the culture and the solutions. So that was a proposition in front of us, and it was a fascinating experience. It taught me a lot, right from how a young person in college would think to a 20-year-old architect. So how does the thinking pattern change when you actually build solutions or innovate? What really comes in the way of innovation? What should we be aware of when we actually do innovation? So such beautiful learning I had, and we built one of the largest US healthcare ecosystems. So I architected this whole system. Huge, as Subbu already gave me the numbers, gave you the numbers, right? So 674 plans, 2 billion records. We integrated with 246 hospitals. So a crazy tech stack, and it was awesome to build. And one of the most fascinating things, I had this great opportunity, great learning. This entire system was built by young people who came out of college. Young people who just came out of college, this scale of a system. So that was one of the defining moments, I should say, which taught me a lot personally how to actually break the barriers in mind and look at innovation, achieve what maybe many call as the impossible, but then we did it, we made it happen. So from there we said, okay, we moved on to building a lot of ecosystems. So IRC, WRC is another organization I represent. So I had the R&D there. And what did we do? So built 3 ecosystems which were patented, ecosystem valued at $2.9 billion, right? A new age, very industry 4.0 tech, using industry 4.0 technologies, which using mixed realities and blockchains and AI. That's the tech mix that came together. So we did one for the Indian defense, one for the Navy, the port industry, and then one for the farming, and one for the block world, as we call. So there are 9, and we picked 3 out of it. And in fact, another learning experience where I had to be at the headquarters of PwC in London and present these solutions to various evangelists and evaluators from across the globe. So, well, awesome experiences. And we built this again with young minds, people who were just about 6 months, 1 year, and 2 years experience in the company. And they came and built these solutions and took innovation forward to whatever we were doing. So that I would just like to talk about, show you what we actually did with the sample of for the innovation I'm talking about with the mixed reality. Here's a small glimpse of what we did. So this is with the Microsoft HoloLens, and I hope all of you are able to see my screen. This is with the Microsoft HoloLens, picked with AI and analytics and intelligence, and this entire visualization is mixed reality, extended reality. So you have your user authentication. You can have various ways to authenticate yourself into the system. Now, once you authenticate, you'll be able to see the different ports that you want to work with across the globe, and you can pick one of them. And when we pick our country, so these are the different ports which are visualized, so built with the mixed reality stuff, and you can get to see each and every port. You can actually see what are all there inside the port using the mixed reality solution we're talking about. So it's a complete visualization tool, connected your Internet of Things, IoT. So every single device in the port would be connected, and you would be able to see what's happening in the port sitting at your desk at home. Right, so that's how innovative it was, and lots of data elements for decisions to be made. And you could also, in fact, go ahead and see the conditions of the information and the engines, etc. that is there. You can in fact dismantle the engine, and you can get to see what's there inside as well as you move along. So if you see, you can get to maneuver different elements, and within the ship you can get to see the temperature and various other thought process. Now if you see the engine here, as you go ahead and see the elements of the engine, and as you dissect that, it breaks open into various parts where you can analyze every part of the engine. Again, amazing, brilliant, innovative techniques we used, done by, as I said, young minds who were just out of college and young people from the industry. So various elements, and then there was the command center that we had, and then we could see all the different things that we could work with. So just to move along, and we could also do something like porting. This is our office, and you can see the entire port on the office table, and you can get to see how many ships and the yards and decks that are there over here. So finally, we could also control the movement of elements. So if you see here, this is a crane which is connected, and I can control the crane from what we had to do here, right? So such was a solution, and which got us a very high evaluation there. Well, that was the innovation journey that I've had, and I've been very fortunate, and it's been a great learning experience all over the last couple of decades. And now, what do I want to do? I'm extremely excited working with Ruben, BEYOND4 and team, his energy and passion to bring opportunities to young mind, creative, innovative systems is a great incentive for all of us to be here. And I would like to work with young Malaysian talent, which I have been over the last month or so, building a lot of insights analytics, which you're going to see later as well. So I am very fascinated and very enthused, in fact, with the energy that has been on the display. So looking forward to working with all of you, looking forward to making Malaysia a great talent hub, and hopefully the next IT hub of the world. So thank you all for this opportunity. Have a wonderful day.